Hello my friends, welcome back to my camp. It is the middle of October. I have not taken the time to break out the camera and tripod in almost 2 months. That's how far ahead I was on videos. Oh, there are a few that I shot when I first came here to this site. Like I said, that was back around the 1st of September. But it is now time to begin making my winter shelter. And it has taken me the last 3 weeks just getting the site prepped for the construction of my shelter. Let me give you a peek at what I got going on here. First, let me take you over here. Let me show you. There's my spring and my fall and summer kitchen. That will all be inside when I get ready to actually get my little shelter built. My water supply jugs, my cooking propane, my stove, and my larder over there. I've even created a bit of a roof in case it's raining so that I'm not standing in the rain to cook my food. No, the oats container isn't oats. That's empty. I just haven't thrown it out yet. Now let's take a look at my site. I want you to look back here. See all the pine trees, the little babies? This site was as bad or worse than over there. Okay? All them pine trees around that stump. This entire site was that thick with pine trees. I've cleared it, raked it, and right here, you can see my shovel, I hope. Let me get behind the camera so I can see what you're seeing. Yeah, you can see where my shovel is. Well, just this side of the shovel is a hole that I've dug. And it is quite a deep hole. Let me go and stick my shovel down. There you go. The handle comes to my waist. When it's stuck in the edge of in the top of the dirt, it comes to my chin. So that hole is at least 2 feet deep. Why do I have a 2-foot deep hole? Well, let me pull you up. See where the rope is on this tree? Follow the rope all the way across to that other tree. That's going to be the ridge pole for my shelter. Yes, that's a long ridge pole. Look on the ground. You see a pole here and a pole the other over there that kind of cross. Those are going to be the ridge pole. And this pole I've got up here on top of the milk crates where I've been working on it, that's going to be my center upright going in that hole. Come on over here. Let me show you what I've been doing. Okay. You can see the top of my support pole. I've notched it on both sides. And my upright poles over here, that one and that one, are going to go, one on this side and one on this side, and then they will be wired together. This will give them strength. Now, let me set that up right in its hole. And that is a heavy piece of pine, let me tell you. There. Now, let me grab that other. Now, all I'm doing here is tethering my upright to this rope so it'll stay as close to upright perfect as I can get it whilst I'm still in the sand. There we go. one thing about this site that I've lucked out with, and that is that the soil right around me is mostly sand, which is going to make digging and such a whole lot easier. Now, this chunk of pine that I cut off is going to become my ram. And just like that, my center post is now in place. I'll tell you folks, it is not easy when you get to be my age, getting around. Just like that, boys and girls, my upright is prepared. Father. Now then, to give you a clue, that center ridge pole, center upright, is approximately a foot taller than I am, sticking up out of the ground the way it is. And the two trees, that one there, let me bring you here, okay, that pine tree there, which is, well, it might grow into a full-blown tree, but I don't think so the way it's shaded out. And that pine tree there that the rope is tied onto, right here, straight in front of me, well, they're both understory trees. And because of how badly shaded they are, they're not going to survive. So they're going to get a cut off at the same height as my center post, and they're going to become the end poles for my ridge pole. And those two birch saplings, and that's what those are. Those are birch saplings from the, if you look back there, there's a birch thicket behind the pine trees. You can see where the big white birch is there. Well, there's nothing but saplings between here and there, and they're all black birch. They're all the children of that big black birch with the twin trunks right straight behind my end pole. And that thing has been putting out seeds for centuries. And there is an entire thicket of birch back here with bigger trees over the top of them. And a lot of them are dying off and are going to be firewood later. Ones that are dead. They're dead standing. You can see right behind me, leaning against the tree. There's a pile of dead standing with a big dead limb sticking up out of that tree. That's all birch, for the most part, that I plucked out of the thicket and brought out with me when I was coming out from walks. It is my intention and my hope to get my hands on a little wood stove. I'm looking at one online on Amazon. CQ, it's a little square wood stove. Probably stands a whole 2 foot tall off the ground. Of course, I'm going to have to set it up on bricks, but that would be plenty to heat my little shelter. Now you ask, Embarado, you've talked about a yurt type shelter. Yeah, I have. Trouble is I don't have a round pool tarp right now. Well, I have one, but it's buried in my storage. Instead, what I have is I have a pair of 10 by 20s. Okay? And that's what's going to make up the, well, one of those is going to make up the roof to my shelter this time around. It's going to be roughly 9 foot wide by 20 foot long. Now, it's a 10 by 20. Why 9 foot wide? Well, because the roof has a pitch to it. And because of that, you lose a little bit of distance in your footprint. Plus, I want a little to lap over the walls when I put the sidewalls on. Now you're going to ask, okay, Embarado, why 10 foot wide and 20 foot long? That's hard to heat. Because only half of it's going to be heated. The front 10 by 10 is where I will reside, where I will sleep, where my wood stove will be to keep me warm. In the center, roughly where this upright pole that I just placed is, I will place a curtain. And the back half will be storage. It won't be heated, or at least it won't be heated as well as the front half will be. The whole point is, here's where I heat to keep warm, here's where I store my stuff. They don't have to be heated, both of them, just one of them.
By the way, don't forget to